Hello all and welcome to the next video here in the Onion Man's Rooftop Two-Headed Cow Caravan of Treasure. Sometimes barter. The streak continues. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? And welcome back to the next episode of Game Show. What kind of show? A game show. Why? Because we couldn't think of a more clever name. Anyways, kind of piggybacking off of my last one, at least in terms of how I'm filming these. I have my next little stack of video games I bought at a garage sale. The last video of a game show I did was all Xbox 360 games I found at a garage sale here in my hometown. These ones are all original Xbox games that I found at a garage sale of a small town about 30 minutes away. But they're all in pretty good shape, and we're going to take a look at them. We got some more sports games, too. I know some people don't like sports games, but I'm trying to kind of just go back and get ones I remember really liking as a kid, so that's what we're doing. We got 3 of them here. 3 sports games and 3 regular games, all on the Xbox. So we're just going to start with these 2. We'll get the sports games out of the way first, since I think more people are interested in the regular games. So let me kind of rearrange these here. Okay, so first one. We picked up NBA Street Volume 2. This is my favorite of the NBA Street games. I remember playing NBA Street 1 and really liking it, but then playing Street 2 is amazing. NBA Street 2 is fantastic. I love it. And I remember playing so many hours of this with my little brother. Like this, what was it? It was like this, NFL Street, and I want to say like Madden 06 were like our go-tos for a while for sports games. But yeah, there you go. Funny enough, I have NBA Street 1, but I think NBA Street 1 is only on the PS2. Could be wrong. I was looking for Street 2, Volume 2 on PS2 as well, but didn't find it, but I found it here on the Xbox. This guy had some other stuff too. He had PS2 games, but he only had this one on the Xbox. So, but I have NBA Street Volume 1 on the PS2. So that's kind of funny. Yeah. Nice. Next one, speaking of NFL Street. NFL Street. I love this game. The reason why I love this game is a little weird. Ricky Williams is on the cover. It's a stylized cartoony version of him. But yeah, you can see Ricky Williams on the cover. And for a long time, Ricky Williams was my favorite football player. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I don't know, I liked Ricky Williams. He looked cool with the visor and the dreadlocks and everything. I was a big Ricky Williams fan. Also, the first NFL jersey I ever owned was Ricky Williams. But I love NFL Street. I think the NFL Street games were fantastic. What kind of, I think, cursed the EA Big line in general and NFL Street specifically was kind of a lack of innovation. I think these games worked really good as one-offs, but the more you kind of delved into them with trying to do sequels, it didn't work. So like NFL Street 1, I love it. NFL Street 2 does some interesting stuff, like being able to jump off the walls and everything. But it didn't really, I don't know, I guess just the kind of the fun and wackiness of the first one still gets me. NBA Street, the first game, also really good. And then Volume 2 really stepped it up. But then I remember Volume 3 not being good at all. I don't know why. I remember hating NBA Street 3. But there we go. And there you go. As I mentioned it. Yeah, this case on this is a little beat up. It's got a lot of wear around the edges. But the disc was really good, so not too worried. Exhibit and Jeremy Shockey. That's just such a weird combo to put on a cover. I remember when Jeremy Shockey was good for all of 2 seasons. It has more than 2 seasons, but still. I was an Antonio Gates guy. Next up, we have a game that I showed off in one of the first game show episodes, but I showed it off for the PS2, and when I saw this guy had it, went ahead and picked it up for the Xbox because I am always down to play it again. Area 51. I love this first Area 51 game. The sequel, Black Site Area 51, horrible. Don't ever play it. Can't recommend it for anything. This one, fantastic. It's got a pretty cool, interesting voice cast too. Powers Booth is in this game. Marilyn Manson, the main character, I believe his name is Ethan, is voiced by David Duchovny, who probably is the weakest performance in the game, but still, it's cool for what it is. The original Area 51 arcade machine is my favorite arcade machine of all time. Not to sound too sentimental or too deep here, I don't have like the greatest of memories with my dad. He was not the greatest of people. One of my few good memories of being with him is we would go to a pizza place here, and they had that Area 51 arcade machine, and we would play it nonstop. When I got older, I would take my little brother with me, and we played it nonstop. We had the high score on that all the way up until... I want to say me and my brother set the high score on that in like 2006 or 2007. And before they got rid of the machine, they sold it. I remember that pizza place like redesigned, so they got new arcade machines and were getting rid of old ones. And I tried to buy Area 51. I had $500 that I saved up to try and buy Area 51 from them, and they sold it to some other guy for like $600. So I got beat by $100. To this day, I'm pissed. But when they sold it, they were showing like, they turned it on to make sure it worked. And we were not number 1 anymore, but we were number 3. So like 10 years later, we were still like in the top score. And fun fact, there is a place here in my town that like you could rent out to host birthday parties and stuff. That's where the Area 50 machine went to. And just a few months ago was a family member had a party there, and we saw the machine, and we're still number 3. So like we're still number 3 on this machine. And I almost wanted to contact the owner and just be like, man, what do I got to do to get this Area 51 machine off of you? So it is what it is. I love Area 51. Sorry I went off on a tangent. I just love Area 51, the arcade machine, and I love this game. It's really good. Give it a shot if you never have. Next one. This is a game I've never played before. These next 2 are games I've never played before. It's a Xbox exclusive, Jade Empire, limited edition. I don't know what the difference that makes is. From the developer of the 2003 Game of the Year, which I believe is Knights of the Old Republic, or the sequel. One of them. But it's BioWare, so it's the same team. I've never played this. It's supposed to be some kind of like steampunky, Chinese, Asian, Japanese kind of vibe to it. Like, there's like steampunk blimps and stuff, but you're using swords and magic and all that stuff. I don't know. It's giving me like a weird Big Trouble Little China feel. Either way, never played it before. Ooh, 2 discs. I forgot I had 2 discs. Yeah. The box is really good too. And last one for this haul was another game I have not played, but I showed off the first one. I played the first one, and the first game is fantastic. And I rebought it, and I showed it in another earlier game show episode. MechAssault 2. Lone Wolf. I love MechAssault. I think for a while there, I don't know about, maybe even now, this might be controversial. At least on console, I think MechAssault might be like one of the best, if not the best mech game I've played. So hopefully MechAssault 2 is good too. They just announced Armored Core 6. I've only ever played the first Armored Core way back in the day. It wasn't even mine. I think it was my cousin's, and I played it at his house, and I hated it. I played Armored Core 4 a few years ago, still hated it. Like, I don't know, I can't get into Armored Core. And then I played MechAssault when I bought it again, like a couple months ago or whatever. Loved it. So hopefully MechAssault 2 is good. Who knows, maybe Armored Core 6 will be fantastic. I don't know. Trailer looked cool. But that's it. That's it for this one. We only got these, 6 games? So there you go. Yeah, and that's all was there. He had other stuff, like I said, he had a PS2, not a PS2, but PS2 games. Again, I just didn't see anything I really wanted. But yeah, the next one is a mixed bag. I took a trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I always think of it because Looney Tunes, like I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. But I went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and there was a guy there who had some pretty cool stuff. A lot of it was really out of my price range, but yeah, we'll kind of go back and talk about it, I guess. But that one, I found a mixture of stuff like Xbox, PlayStation 2, etc. But that's it for this one. NFL Street 1 and 2, NBA Street Volume 2, Jade Empire, Mech Assault 2, and one of my favorite games, Area 51. The console version, the updated remake of Area 51. See if we can get this one to stand up too. Ooh. Ooh. Yay. There's your thumbnail again. That's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You do not have to if you don't want to, but I always appreciate anybody who does. And thank you. I'll catch you guys in the next game show.